Namo Arhantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Aryanam, Namo Ujjanam, Namo Loya Savosanam, Eso Panchanam Kara Savapapanasam, Mangalancha Savasing Pramanglam. Omkaram Bindu Sanyuktam, Nityandayanti Yoginam Kamadam, Mokshadam Chaiva, Omkaraya Namo Namo. Namo Samay Saraya, Swanubhutya Chakasate, Chitsabhavaya Bhavaya, Sarva Bhavantara ओमकार अज्ञानतिमिरन्धनं ज्ञान अंजनशलाखा चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः तीर्थंकरो जगन्नाथजयवन्तवर्तो ओंकारनाद जिननो जयवन्तवर्तो जिनना समो शरणसौ जयवन्तवर्तो नेतीर्थचार जगमा जयवन्तवर्तो नमो तीर्थनायकने नमो ओंकारनाथने ओंकार संकरोतने नमो ते श्री कुंद कुंदने अहो उपकार जिन वर्णो कुंदनो ध्वनि देव्यनो जीन कुंद ध्वनि आप्या अहो ते गुरु काननो अहो ते भगवती मातनो ध्रुव अचलने अनुपम गति पामेल सर्वे सीधने वंदी कहूँ सुत केवल कथित आसमय प्राव्रत अरे एक शुद्ध सदा अरूपी ज्ञान दर्शनमय करे कहीं अन्य ते मारू जरी परमाणु मात्र नथी अरे ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो ओम नमः सिद्धेभ्यो. Okay, so the question we are discussing that basically Pravachan gives the total hierarchy of the whole thing. That what is the construction of the soul substance, what are the things involved, what is the independent action of every subpart of the substance. And once we know that part, it just tells you that the soul is independent. All the attributes are also independent. One attribute does not depend on the second attribute also. So that what it will be saying. And thereafter, when it comes to mode, it says mode is separate also. Mode has its own independence. Not only mode has its own independence, but in the mode itself, Utpat, Vyay, and Dhruv, origination, cessation, and constancy. They all three are also independent. Utpat does not depend on Vyay. Vyay does not depend on Utpat. So that kind of whole microscopic dissection of the soul substance one has to understand. It's a really great detailed things are explained in that one. Once I understand the whole hierarchy, now where do I go? See, initially what happens, first thing, I have to separate from the outside alien subjects. Lots of objects are there, worldly objects are there. I have to be separate from them. You know, as we said one time before, one of the Panditji said that I'm the seventh dravya. I'm the saptam dravya. What does saptam dravya means? He said that there are 6 dravyas are there in the universe, but me, myself, soul is separate from everybody, and that's why I'm the saptam dravya. So, saying that way, that I'm separate from all the worldly objects, that's a one thing. Now that I separated myself from worldly object, I'm coming at the doorstep of my soul. Now, once I open the door, there's a brand new world opens up for me. And there is so many things that I have to now know about it. Once I know that inside the hierarchy of the hierarchy as a soul, as a substance, then now what do I do? What is my function? I'm getting lost in this ocean of knowledge. Then Samaysar comes in picture and says, okay, son, that you have understood everything. Now you put everything as a secondary, and soul substance is your primary aim. Remember, in Gurudev will say, and repeatedly he will say in a Samaysar that rag is not mine. The inclination of attachment is not mine. So If it is not mine, then what does it mean? It means it belongs to the Pudgal, it belongs to the matter. Wait a second. How can it be belonging to the matter when I, me, as a soul, I do the rag and dvesh? Pudgal does not do rag and dvesh. Pudgal does not have any intelligence. So how can you tell that that rag belongs to Pudgal? Because I have a Dravya Drashti. Samaysar gives Dravya Drashti. Because of the Dravya Drashti, soul is a pure, all the attributes are pure, and all the modes occurring from all those attributes are pure in nature only. Then how did the rag occur? How did the inclination of attachment occur? How did inclination of aversion occur? How did rag and dvesh occur? Because in that given paryay, I focus my attention to the worldly object. And what's a worldly object here? The fruition of the karma occurring at that given moment. In that samay, fruition of karma occurs, and me, dummy person right now, I put my focus to that fruition of the karma. Because I focused my attention there, I got involved with that. And because of that involvement, I end up creating rag transiently within my mode. So how did the rag occur? Rag occurred because I directed my attention to the fruition of karma. If I did not look at the fruition of karma, there is no rag. So because rag's origin depends on me looking at the fruition of karma, and that's why this rag has been said to belong to matter. Even though it occurs within me, but it occurred because of my focus, my attention drawn to the fruition of karma, and that's why the rag has been said to be having a rag is called to be a pudgal. In fact, rag occurs within me. Now, when you read or when you listen to Gurudev's lecture, he will just say, rag belongs to pudgal, rag belongs to pudgal. But suddenly then he'll put the extra sentence. But remember, it occurred within my paryay. So this kind of thing we have to understand, and once if we don't understand the whole hierarchy, then it's very easy for us to fall into the pitfall of Nishchayabhasi, means fallacy of the absolute point of view. I don't want to be in the fallacy. I want to be in the exactly attention drawn to my true nature of the self, my making everything else a secondary, not to say that they are not there at all. Rag is there, but I make it secondary, and principally I try to put attention to my true nature of the self. So that's what it means. So, and again, same thing will come in the discussion over here in this Pramayatva Gun that we are talking, objectivity attribute. So last time we left out over at this question here, why is enlightened soul happy and ignorant soul in misery? Why enlightened soul is happy and ignorant soul in misery? How come Gnani Jeev is happy and Agnani is miserable? Because enlightened soul believes in knower and object of knowledge relationship. Who is knower? I am the knower. And who is a knower? Me, I'm the knower. Why I'm the knower? Because I have knowledge attribute. And what does knowledge attribute do? Knowledge attribute creates knowledge mode. So knowledge mode, knowledge attribute, and all knower soul substance, they all are in unity. My knowledge mode is active right now. Action occurs in the mode only. So knowledge mode is making action. What does that action occur? That knowledge mode directed attention to my soul substance. which is a all knower. So knowing is occurring for all knower soul substance. So Gnay is my all knower substance. Gnay means to know, Gnay means object of knowledge. And object of knowledge, who is object of knowledge? My soul substance. But who is a Gnayak? Who is a subject of knowledge? The soul substance. So Gnay and Gnayak, they are in the same relationship. They are this, they are the same in their unity. Why? What does the ignorant soul believe? He looks at the doer deed relationship. Karta karma, he believes in karta karma, means he looks at the outside material thing and he believes that I'm the doer for those things. And because of that doer deed relationship, he is creating rag and dvesh, and that's why there is misery. The enlightened soul, because he is putting his knowledge more towards his own self, and there is a Gnay-Gnayak relationship, means they both are in unity, and that's why there is happiness. There is supersensuous bliss occurs. So the knowledge mode which is active, directed attention to outside, not only directing outside, but that's mind. I'm looking at the computer screen. This is my computer. The mindness comes, the ekatva comes, mamatva comes, kartutva comes, bhoktrutva comes. So because of those things,
I want you to figure out your Skype user ID. We're going to Skype.
Because of that thing, I create rag and dvesh.
No,
that's why I go in misery. Same knowledge mode, when I direct it towards my own self, when I'm directing towards my own pure nature of the self, then there is whole unity is there, tadatmya is there, ekatva is there, and because of that thing, the results of that knowledge mode directing to the soul substance creates, there's a fruits of it, and that's a supersensuous bliss. That's what I experience. So that's why enlightened soul is happy and ignorant soul is in misery. We can just go next one. Okay. Okay, now, is this a, no, I think I'm just, okay. We are, the important thing over here occurs because in the objective attribute, as I know that everything is been, objective attribute means it has a capacity to be known in somebody's knowledge. So I did some bad thing. I did some stealing. I just say, only I know, nobody else is knowing it. But no, because of the objectivity attributes within me, myself was known in somebody's knowledge. Even though nobody was present, but omniscient Lord was present. In his knowledge, omniscient Lord's one Keval Gnan Paryay, whole universe is seen, so my act is also seen. So I had no place to hide. Then why will I do the stealing? So just simply sticking to this point alone, I will just say that, why should I do the stealing? And why would I like to do the stealing? Because I have a parigrah, because I have a attachment towards the outside material thing. And that's why I like to think about stealing. But now there is no need for it because I know the objectivity attribute. Ownership of the other substance is gone because every substance is independent. Why should I have the ownership to the other substance and get miserable? Outside substance has done nothing. I'm making ownership in the outside substance, which is not a true thing, but I believe that is my belief, and because I do it, that's why I create the misery. and I become the unhappy. Nothing happens to the outside material thing. They have no brain of its own. Computer doesn't know anything. Car doesn't know anything. Car doesn't say that, hey, put your ownership on me. I put my ownership on the car, and that's why it gives rag and dvesh to me. So peace of mind, even if the body is suffering from disease, now, it just tells me body is an object of my knowledge. And body is, as long as I'm born, I'm going to die one day for sure, and disease will occur no matter what. I mean, is there anybody who died with no disease? Everybody has to check out sometime. So even if the disease is there, I'm not going to be getting anxiety about it. And again, we in medical field have seen that when patients has no anxiety associated with his or her problem, it's much easier to treat those patients. So there is body suffering, peace of mind. Peace of mind, even if the material possessions are gone also, they are object of my knowledge. They have never been mine, so why should I worry about it? So this kind of benefits, I start getting it. Now, before we go to this slide, I would like to throw one more. We have to go a little bit finer in this objectivity attribute. Objectivity attribute means what? It means let's say a substance. This is a substance. This is a phone. This phone is material part made up of material particles. Because it's made of material particles, that has so many attributes within them. And there are so many specific attributes are there, so many common attributes are there. What's a common attributes in this phone, which is also there within me? One of the common attributes is objectivity attribute. So this phone particles, they have objectivity attributes within them. Me as a soul substance also has objectivity attribute within me. Now, let's talk my objectivity attribute. Now we go into the soul substance. We are into the soul substance. Now, what do I see? I see infinite attributes are present. Infinite attributes are present. And they are interdependent on each other, in the sense they are intermingling with each other, in the sense that knowledge has effect of eternal existence attribute, and that's why eternal existence attribute gives the effect on the knowledge attribute, and that's why knowledge attribute is there not only now, but it was there before, and it will be there forever in the future. So effect of knowledge, effect of eternal existence attribute is shining on the knowledge attribute. But knowledge attribute is separate, eternal existence attribute is separate, and so is objectivity attribute is separate. Now, what does objectivity attribute will do? It will shine on all the attributes. And that's why knowledge, Gnan Gun, will know every other attribute. Gnan Gun, the knowledge attribute, and knowledge attribute in its mode has a capacity to know, to experience all other attributes present in the soul substance because of objectivity attributes present in the soul substance. Now, what is the limitation of this objectivity attribute? It is present only in the soul substance. Right now, for me, when I'm talking me as a soul, it is present in soul substance. It is illuminating all other attributes, and it has no effect beyond the soul substance, because its sphere is limited to the soul substance only. Similarly, now if we are talking this phone also has objectivity attribute, but what's the sphere of action of this objectivity attribute? The sphere sphere of influence of this objectivity attribute in the phone in that particles, limited to the particle alone. That attribute is not going to go outside. So now, the matter particles, they don't have any knowledge of any kind, so they have the objectivity attribute, but that's all. There is no other thing is happening. My knowledge attribute, my objectivity attribute within me, through my knowledge, I can see that I'm able to perceive all other attributes present within me. So, me as a soul can perceive every other attributes within me because of objectivity attribute present within me. Now, this soul has its own objectivity attribute, but its sphere is limited to its own self only, and it cannot work outside. So now, this is from Nishchay, this is from absolute point of view we are talking about. What is absolute point of view telling? Me as a soul substance has an objectivity attribute. I have a Pramayatva gun within me, and that Pramayatva gun makes my infinite attributes known in my knowledge mode. That's a function of my knowledge attribute within me. This telephone's objectivity attribute is limited to the telephone's particles only, and these telephone particles, their sphere of influence is not beyond their space points, and so the objectivity attributes function will be just to be limited within that self only.
Kirtanko?
Yes.
I can ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, so the that part where the Gnan Gun it knows through the objectivity gun about all the other infinite gun.
One second, hold it. Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So does that happen in one samay, that it knows about every single all the infinite attributes, or?
Yeah, it has capacity to know, and that's why Kevali Bhagwan will know it.
Okay.
And I have that Keval Gnan also within me, but because I have not put my attention to my soul substance, that's why even though it's present, I can't perceive it. For example, it's very important question that you have. For example, a child is hurt and he's bleeding and he's hurting, so he's screaming with the pain. So he's been brought to the doctor and everything, and doctor wants to work, but then child is crying and jumping around and everything, and it's not possible to give treatment because he has lots of pain. Now the mother comes. Mother takes the child in the lap and starts talking, starts showing her love and affection and everything, and also gives a candy to the child. And she starts to calm down the child. Now the child calms down, he's eating the candy, he gets mother's love and everything, and he stops crying. Now, does it mean that his pain disappeared? His pain is still there. Moment before he had a pain and he was screaming at the top of his voice, the same pain is there. What happened? Only his attention is drawn away. Same way, I have capacity to know everything in one samay, but my attention is focused to the outside object, outside material things, and that's why I don't perceive this kind of things that is present within me. That's why Samesar 16, 17 stanza comes. You should refer to that. It says that every living being perceives the true nature of the self all the time, every moment, but because his attention is focused outside, he does not perceive it. So I have a capacity to know. If I can look within me, I will know my soul substance, And when I know my soul substance, I will know everything. That's what it says. So over here, so what's the objectivity attribute did? Objectivity attribute made me to know all infinite attributes within me, period. That its function is done now. The material objects also has objectivity attribute, but their sphere of influence is within that substance only, and so it is limited there only. That's it. So from Nishchaya Apeksha, from absolute point of view, they both are having their own objectivity attribute, their sphere of actions within them. They don't have relationship to each other. Having said that, now we just have to say mirror is there. In the mirror, now when I come in front of the mirror, my reflection is shown in the mirror because I am the Gnay, means I'm the object of knowledge, and my knowledge mode is a subject of knowledge. I'm the object of knowledge, and I have this objectivity attribute, and because of my objectivity attribute, I will give my reflection into the mirror. But remember, is it because of objectivity attribute that mirror has a reflection? Or is it the mirror's plain, pure cleanliness is giving the reflection? So now, when we talk from Vyavahara, from a conventional point of view, they both are related to each other. Gnay is my object and Nayak is me. And they have relationship, and that's why object is perceived in the knowledge mode. So two aspects we have to look at it, because even when we don't look at two aspects, then we always get confused. So we have to keep in our mind both the effects. Knowing both the things, now I come back to my soul substance and I just say, because my knowledge mode is pure, that's why things get reflected, and that's why the object has no relationship to have reflection within me. That's from Nishchaya Apeksha. So you have to have combination of Nishchaya and Vyavahara both. Once we do both, then we have the reality we can perceive. Otherwise, we can just say the wrong thing. For example, and this is from Gurudev Rakesh Bhai when he's talking about that Hindu philosophy says, because of Panch Mahabhut, because of water, air, space, fire, and I think the five things are there. So those five material things are there. Because of that thing, knowledge occurs. Because of Panch Mahabhut, knowledge occurs within me. What happened here? Gurudev Rakesh Bhai fantastically dissected the whole thing with this objectivity attribute keeping in center. What he said, yes, that's true, that Panch Mahabhut exists in the universe and knowledge occurs also, but knowledge occurs independent of everything else, because knowledge occurred because of knowledge mode's purity and not because of Panch Mahabhut being there. Panch Mahabhut, they are present as a nimit, as an instrumental cause. So yes, if you want to put the weight on the instrumental causation, then you can say that a Panch Mahabhut is a reason that knowledge occurs. But one has to put an asterisk there and just say that yes, that's a sentence from instrumental cause perspective. So this kind of thing, if I don't understand, then I will have a confusion. And so in a satsang, Gurudev Rakesh Bhai just said that one of the Gandhar raises this question and Bhagwan answers that no, you have listened to the Ved, sentence is true, but from what perspective it's been said, that one has to understand. So one has to understand absolute perspective and conventional perspective, and then only you have the real understanding of the reality around us. Okay, so when did I believe in objectivity attribute? Physical, electric, karmic, spoken words, mind, etc. are all non-living material particle and have associative relationship with the soul. By conventional point of view, they are object of my knowledge. They are the present. But because of them, they are in the nimit, they are present as a nimit, and I am the all-knower is a principal cause. I'm the all-knower, and within my all-knower situation of a soul substance, the knowledge attribute is there, and that knowledge attribute as a one summarized knowledge mode is the reason that I can see the everything present. So that's what, when did I know that I'm human being? When did I believe in objective attribute? When I take this kind of matter in the hand, that I'm the reason that knowledge occurs, not because of object present in front of me. Remember, how many times it happens that we pass by something, we never knew it. I'll tell you one example. When I was in the last year medical school, and one of my friends was in last year medical school, he is right now in Calgary area. So he said that, Kirit, I was the last 3 months of my medical school exam, coming final exam, he was so deeply involved in his thought process. Only the thing is reading. He's passing from his house every day to go to school and come back. He looks around everything. He doesn't go with the closed eyes. But after 3 months, one day when the exam is over, then he just came out of his porch and says, he looked up and he said, oh my God, there's a building in front of me. When did that thing happen? You mean he was not looking at it every day? He was looking at it, but his attention was not there. His attention was focused to the exam part only. So many things happens to us that we just look at it, but we do not perceive, we do not register about it. Same thing here. Object can be present. So what? It's me as a knowledge mode decides. That's where the knowledge occurs, not because of an objectivity attribute of the object. That's a whole point that we have to understand over here. Any questions so far? Okay. When did I believe, let's see, let me move this part. When did I not believe in objective attribute? I have forgotten that I'm the all-knower soul substance, and then I have attention to my associative things present in the material things, and I put my attention to material things. Not only I put my attention to that, but then as soon as I put my attention, I also put my ownership on that one. I like it, I don't like it. I love it, I hate it. So that kind of my attention that I focus, and I just do the ownership on it, and that's why I create misery, and I forget my soul substance, and that's why I had the do-or-did relationship with the object of this object of the knowledge, and because of that thing, it creates the rag and dvesh. It gives misery for me, and then I forget that I'm the human being. That's what I believe. I'm correct. I'm doctor, I live in Arizona, I have this and that, and so I by reflect everything to my outside material things, and I keep my attention focus on that, and that's why I'm a human being, and in that one I have not understood the objectivity attribute. Next one, accepting object. Let's see here. 1 second, sorry. A fault of not knowing objectivity attribute. What happens if I don't understand this objectivity attribute? If I don't understand Prametva Gun, what happens? No object of the universe will be known. Why? Remember we said from convention point of view, every object will be shining in my knowledge mode. Now, if I don't believe in objectivity attribute at all, then I don't believe in any of the objects of the universe, and then I just say universe is empty. That has never been happened. Universe is there in before, now, and after. It is there forever. It has done its own job. I have to do my own job. So there is objectivity attribute present in those things, and that's one of the reason, one of the nimit reason, one of the instrumental reason that I'll be able to see them in my knowledge attribute. Now, if there is no objectivity attribute at all, for example, then I will not be able to know my soul substance also, because of the objectivity attribute present within me, that I perceive the soul, my true nature of the soul. I perceive the infinite attribute present within me. I perceive my present mode, and all those things happen. So I will not be able to know the alien objects, as well as I will not be able to know my own self also. And these are the faults by not knowing objective attributes. Okay, now the knowledge attribute encompasses soul. Knowledge knows all objects due to its nature of self and alien knowing capacity. Now remember, we just said so many times before, non-paryay knowledge mode has two functions. All other attributes, all infinite attributes present in the soul, they have only one function only. The Shraddha Gun has a one, faith attribute is a one function, the conduct attribute is a one function, eternal existent attribute is one function. Every attribute, they have only one function. Knowledge mode is a very unique in nature. It is Swapar Prakashak nature. Swapar Prakashak. For example, the lamp is there. Lamp is illuminating whole room. But do I need another lamp to illuminate this lamp? No, because this lamp has a self-illuminating capacity as well as alien object illuminating capacity. Swapar Prakashak nature of this knowledge mode is present. And because it is a par Prakashak nature, because the knowledge mode has a capacity to know the alien objects, that's why I end up knowing alien objects. At the same time, alien objects also have objectivity attribute that helps in this knowledge, in this knowing function. But the primary action occurs in a knowledge mode, because knowledge mode itself has a self-illuminating and alien object illuminating capacity. So that's why the knowledge occurs, not because I have the other substance has an objectivity attribute. So this kind of very, very fine line of argument has to set within me. Thereafter, it doesn't make difference what you speak about it. You can just say, oh yeah, I saw this one and I enjoyed this. when Gnani Purush, when he speaks about it, sometimes it appears to be oxymoron. Gnani Purush, you can see that he's eating and he's enjoying the food. But in fact, he knows from within that those objects are separate and he is separate. He has the Ved Gnan, he has the discriminative science. And with that discriminative science, if he's eating the things, it's okay, there's nothing wrong with that. But his discrimination occurred within him, and that's most important. I am the person who is mithya drashti right now, with a wrong belief right now, and I do not eat today, I did not eat tomorrow, I did not eat for 30 days, but because I have a wrong belief within me, what is my wrong belief? Body is mine, my house is mine, my car is mine. Every external objects, I put my mindness to that, my ownership to that, and because of that thing, that's a mithyatva. So even if I'm doing a upvas for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, infinite days, but because I don't have the right faith within me that all those upvas means worst come to worst, I'll get some punya karma. But punya karma is what? Auspiciousness occurred to me. What does it mean? It will give me better realms of existence in the future. I will go to the Devgati. So what? You know how many times I got Devgati in the past?
Yes, no.
For infinite time, I used to be in the Nigod.
Here, uncle?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Could I ask you?
Go ahead.
The first gun we discussed was existence.
Eternal existence, yes.
And that gun established the existence of gyan, of knowledge.
Yes.
Correct?
No. Eternal existence says that everything has eternity.
But including Gnan.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So my question is, it seems to me that this gun, the purpose of this gun is to state that everything can be known in knowledge.
Yes.
Whatever can be known will be known by knowledge.
Yes. Yes.
But knowledge already exists. And knowledge is its only function is to know.
Yes.
How do we have these two guns? What is the difference between this gun and the first gun?
Means eternal existence and objectivity attribute.
This gun establishes that whatever can be known in the universe will be known. Correct?
Okay.
But the first gun, Astitva, already establishes the existence of knowledge.
Okay, existence of knowledge, yeah.
Do nothing but know.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why is this so different and so important when you establish the first gun?
No. It just every gun has their own specificity. That the knowledge attribute is a capacity to know, and it will capacity to know forever. And that forever knowing capacity is because of eternal existence attributes effect on the knowledge. So that's why knowledge is there forever, number one.
No, but what I'm saying is the first gun establishes the existence of knowledge. The second gun says that...
yes, okay, establishes knowledge, yes, okay.
Right, so the first gun says that knowledge exists. The second gun says knowledge is going to know. That's its function.
Yes.
So if its function is to know, then why do we have to state that it's going to know whatever there is to know? That's what this gun.
Yeah, because remember, you are right. That knowledge, actually, what scripture also says, that the knowledge mode, and let's take Kevali Bhagwan's Keval Gnan knowledge right now. What does it know? It knows the universe, past, present, and future. But it says knowledge mode's capacity is not limited to that. Even if there are infinite universes are present right now, knowledge mode will grasp everybody and then will drink it away. So it's a knowledge mode's capacity. So if we talk from knowledge mode's perspective alone, it has an infinite capacity. Not only capacity that presently we know that it can know this universe, past, present, and future, but infinite universes are there. It will know past, present, and future of all the universes. So that's the capacity of knowledge mode. Okay, so this is the one capacity of knowledge mode we are talking. Now, on the other side of the coin, the objectivity attribute says, you know what, I can be known in any knowledge no matter what. So it is kind of helping each other, and not helping is not a right word, but they have their own independence, and whatever they are there, and that's it. See, if I can believe that I'm looking at my computer because computer is present, that's why I see it. No, yeah, it is from one angle, objectivity attribute is present, and that's why I know them, but I know from my knowledge attribute. So why should we have that objectivity attribute? There is no need for it, but it's there. Your question is right, that why there is extra need for this attribute to thrown in. There is no need for it, but it's there. I mean, you know, it's there forever. So we cannot just shut it off and we can just say, get out and, you know, we don't need you. So don't be present over here. It's there. That's all. Okay. What we try to do is dissect it and try to fit in our knowledge that how does it fit? That's all.
Okay.
I know it's not giving you a satisfactory answer. I know that. But you see, if we can talk to any attributes in that perspective, that why something else has to be there? Because it's there. Universe is there.
Or maybe
universe has to be there.
Maybe a nice explanation might be that, you know, these are Gaelies, and these are very high people who've prescribed this. So maybe they just want to make it very clear and specific that this is the case.
Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. Okay, third point is all the objects, 6 universal substances occupy cosmic as well as transcosmic space. All the objects, 6 universal substances occupy cosmic as well as transcosmic space. Is this a true sentence? These 6 universal substances are there, and all the substances, they occupy cosmic space only. But what about transcosmic space? Transcosmic space has only space. Akash is only the substance present in transcosmic space. And that's it. So transcosmic space is nothing but the space, pure space only. And in the cosmic space, that all the 6 substances are residing. So the Akash, if we take, Akash is of one Akash, but where there is a cosmic space, where there is cosmos present, it is called that space occupied by cosmos is called cosmic space, and space which was not occupied by cosmos is called transcosmic space. So substances are present in the universe in this way. Therefore, knowledge pervades everything in the universe. Therefore, the point over here is knowledge. What does knowledge can do? Knowledge can pervade everything in the universe. So nothing can be hidden. It can be perceived. So knowledge mode is more important. This is from Prajnansara Gatha 23. If there is more interest, we can just go through that Gatha later on. Okay. How does the enlightened soul knows the object? Now the question is that how do I, if I the enlightened man, how do I know that object is perceived within my knowledge? And this is Samasa Kalash 271. This is very, very, very powerful Kalash. And actually, if one tries to know this Kalash without any background knowledge, then it will create lots of confusion in our mind. we have to have, this is coming at the end of the Samaysar, you know, this is not in the first beginning of the Samaysar. When the Samaysar is coming to an end, Acharya Bhagwan, Amrit Chandracharya, he put this kalash, and that's a really, we already discussed about that part, but we'll just go through this point. He himself is the knowledge. I am the Gyan. I am the perceiver. I am the perceiver. Then who is the object of knowledge? Myself is an object of knowledge. Means I have my knowledge mode right now, but that knowledge mode, see, now we are talking about Swaprakashak Pano. Means I'm talking about self. 1 second, okay, hold it. Vivek, hey Vivek. Sorry, my grandkids are here and they are making noise. Anyway, okay. So now we are talking from self-knowing perspective, Swaprakashak Panu, you know. Most important thing is Swaprakashak Panu, and when there is Swaprakashak Panu, then Parprakashak Panu comes. Means when there is a self-knowledge occurs, then objects, knowledge of the objects occurs automatically. There is no problem there. So now we are concentrating on a self-knowledge. So who is a Gnan? Who is knowing? Me as a knowledge mode does the function of knowing. What do I know? What is my Gnay? What is my object of knowledge? My whole entire soul substance. The soul substance, infinite attributes and mode and everything, and all past, present, future mode, all kind of thing will become Gnay for me, will become object of my knowledge. Then he himself is all knower for the self. So I become all knower for myself. Gnata does not have any relation with the alien objects of universe. I don't have any relationship anywhere else. And this is what Kalash 271 says. How did I know all the attributes within me? Because I have the objectivity attribute present within me, and that's why I know whole substance, infinite, undivided attributes, and all the modes I know it, because of objectivity attributes present within me. That's what it says over here. Next. Now, so having said that, now we are going to go to the next substance. It's our next common attribute is extension into space, Pradeshatva. Every substance has some form of shape, and then we'll just sing that stanza.
Kirat uncle,
Yes.
right? Can we actually have a opportunity to go through? I think you said it was Pravachan Sar number 26. Can we do that one day?
Which one? This Gatha you're talking?
Yeah, you said it went through this in sort of some detail more.
Or this was Samasa Kalash you are talking?
Oh,
You have the slides in front of you, right?
yeah, the slides are in front of me. I just don't remember which reference. You said it was about the Gnata and Gnay nu thodu vadare in depth ma.
Okay, yeah, that is Samasa Kalash 271. You know, and as I said, that it is a very, you know, actually, even the learned people, when they start talking, they can really make our life miserable, because not that they don't know it, but they know it, and they think that you also know the baseline, and on that basis they talk about it. And here I may not have all the knowledge of the baseline, and I may really get confused with those kind of things. But we will go through it. We'll go through it one time. Don't worry about it. You know, I mean, we'll go in our own way, our own level to take our own time to understand those things. So we'll go both the things. Pravachan Sagasa 23 and Samasa Kalash 271, both, you know. Okay. Pradeshatva Gun. प्रदेशत्व गुण की शक्ति से आकार द्रव्य धरा करे, निज क्षेत्र में व्यापक रहे, आकार भी पलटा करे, आकार है सबसे अलग हो, लीन अपने ज्ञान में, जानो इन्हें सामान्य गुण रखो सदा सदान में. Pradeshatva gun means every substance has their shape, and that shape is there because of Pradeshatva gun. Now, this Pradeshatva gun means extension to space attribute. 1 second, again, hold it. Hey, Vivek. Hey, Vivek. I'm sorry. So, every substance has a shape, and that shape is because of an extension to the space attribute, which is a common attribute which is present in all 6 substances, and the shape keeps on changing, but that attribute remains within the sphere of that substance only. It doesn't do any action outside this outside the substance. आकार है सबसे अलग हो, लीन अपने. Even though the shape could be different, the soul substance will remain and grows in its own knowledge mode. So that's what he says. Now we'll be going through that one. Shape in terms of space unit. What happens in this? So soul shape has innumerable space points. The Atma has asankyat pradesh. Atma is asankyat pradesi. Medium of motion, next one. Here, next one. Matter in the form of atom has only one space point, but with aggregate of molecules has numerable, innumerable, or infinite space point. See, if you take 1 cube of iron, divide into 2, keep dividing into 2 till you come to the last point, and you cannot make 2 parts from that last point, and that is called 1 atom of that substance. And that 1 atom can occupy 1 space point in the universe. But matter has a capacity, a touch sensation, and because of the touch sensation, its touch attribute is there. Because of the touch attribute, it has a snigdha and ruksha, means that the touch could be sneaky, not sneaky, slimy touch, and or it could be dry touch, for example. If it's slimy touch, then one atom will attract and join with the other atom, and that way it may become lot more atoms can come together, and because of that a lot more atoms glob that forms, that can have numerable space point, innumerable space point, or infinite space point. For example, karma molecule, karma particle. What does karma particle has it? Karma particle is an infinite atomic particle of a carbon vargana present inside. 1 karma particle, I have 1 knowledge attribute karma particle right now that I pick it up. And if I dissect that one, that is an infinite amount of atoms present in that. Number 1. One atomic particle occupies 1 space point, infinite particles can also occupy one space point, or numerable space point, innumerable space point, or infinite space point. How does it happen? For example, if I have the light, I have the room right now, and I put one light only, and one light will illuminate the whole room. At the same time, if I put 1,000 lights, 1,000 lights also will illuminate the whole room. In the sense, room has a capacity to give the space to one light, one light, or the 1,000 light bulbs. So same way, the space points in which it can, the space point is a space point. The minimum it can do is one atomic particle it can occupy. But it has also capacity to make residence for infinite particles also. So that's matter. Now, medium of motion has a shape, has innumerable space point. Why? Because medium of motion as well as medium of rest, they occupy the whole universe, and universe has a innumerable space point. Remember, the lokakash, lokakash, that means a cosmic space, has a space point which are called innumerable, asankhya. Now, you may say, wait a second, how can that be asankhya only? Why they cannot be infinite? Because this is what the literature says, this is what Karnanu Yoga says, and Karnanu Yoga is the one which is extremely microscopic, and lots of informations are kevali gamya, means only omniscient Lord perceives that, and whatever omniscient Lord has told us, we accept it, and then we understand that one. Now, whether medium of motion and medium of rest has an innumerable space point or infinite space point, what difference does it make in my lifespan right now? What is my aim right now? To obtain Samyak Darshan. Does it make any difference whether medium of motion, medium of rest has an innumerable space point or infinite space point? Kevali Bhagavan has said, and that is not important for me. It's knowledge perspective. I accept it and I keep going, and that's all it is. Now, space is infinite space point. Why space is infinite space point? Because space is divided into two spaces. One is a cosmic space, one is transcosmic space. Cosmic space is a very microscopic part of the transcosmic space. So it's a huge space globe over here, in which teeny tiny dot is a cosmic space, and so whole space is an infinite space point. Last one, time element space is one space point only. Kalanu, it is called, word is a Kalanu. Kalanu is the smallest part of the Kal element, and on that one, it occupies only one space point. So these are the in general that we have to understand that space point wise. Now, does the shape of the substance same, or does it keep on changing? Now, in liberated soul, means the Siddha soul, medium of motion, medium of rest, space and time element, and one atom of matter do not change their shape. Whatever they have it, they retain. If Aryan Bhagwan is over here right now, and Aryan Bhagwan obtains Siddhatva, and he goes to the Adobe of Siddha, on the Siddhalaya he goes there. When he goes there, he maintains his last shape, the body that he had it, and then he will maintain that shape forever. Same is medium of motion, medium of rest. They are occupying, the medium of motion is one unit only, and that occupies the whole entire cosmos, cosmic space, cosmos. Medium of rest, one unit. It occupies whole cosmos. so their shape remains like cosmos. Space, as we talked about, cosmic space and transcosmic space, again, space is a one space only, and that also remains the same. And time element, the microscopic teeny tiny Kalanu, which occupies one space point, that remains the same also. And again, as we said, one atom of a matter, which also occupies one space point, so they don't change the shape.
Uncle, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay. This is about dimensions. So do our shastras say anything about, you know, the number of dimensions? For example, you know, sometimes you hear that there are 3 physical dimensions, then a Karman Sharir, and that Karman Sharir is in a different dimension. So evukai and the number of dimensions we live in.
Yeah, you know, actually, Karnani Yoga, if you really want to go for it, it's like abyss. Once you go in, you cannot get out. It is so detailed, so microscopic, so much information is there that lots of things are Kevaligamya, and all the dimensions are given in the scriptures also. When we take we'll take one time lecture on the Jain universe, and that will give all the dimensions and everything. Those things are specific dimensions given. That the cosmic cosmos is a 14 Raju. And
not a measure of not those dimensions. You know, like Karman Sharir, Tejas Sharir, and Eva Sukshma Sharir, you know, different dimensions. I don't know how to describe it in English. Not dimension in terms of the measurement, like length and width and height.
Okay.
But dimension is I don't know. Can someone else help? You know, dimensions. Like we say that we live in the XYZ plane, so that's 3 dimensions. But you know, some physics theories believe that we live in higher dimensional. And I always thought of the Karman Sharir as a deeper level, another dimension, not something that you can touch in 3 dimensions, and then Tejas Sharir, a different dimension. I thought it was 5 or 7. I was wondering if you know.
You know, I have not come across those things, but again, you know, those are the things that it will be for knowledge perspective. It will be good to have it, to know it, but then I had to find it out. What is Prayojan Bhut? Prayojan Bhut means what is most important for me to know. Does it make difference to me whether the universe is 3-dimensional or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 dimension, or it is a flat, whatever? No, it doesn't make any difference to my spirituality. You know, when we talk about that Prayojan Bhut word, Prayojan Bhut means what is absolutely necessary for me. Kripalu Dev has said in one place, Kripalu Dev said that he was in Mahavir Swami's Samosaram, and he had Samyak Darshan that time. And he was, I mean, of course, there are so many Samyak Darshi Jeeves were there, and in lots and lots of living beings, they got liberated, they went to moksha and everything. Kripalu was that close, and he went through the Upsham Sreni. From the 7th Gunsthanak, going further up, there 2 ladders are there. The suppression ladder or the annihilation ladder. Suppression ladder means Upsham Sreni, annihilation ladder is Akshapak Sreni. If you go through the Upsham Sreni, means suppression ladder, means whatever minimum amount of karma you have remained at the end of 7th Gunsthanak, then you suppress them and you keep climbing that ladder. So you go to the 8th Gunsthanak, 9th and 10th, and then 11th, and then you stop there. 11th is called Upsham Mo. Upsham Mo means now your whatever remaining Mo was there that you have suppressed it, and then you came up to there. Kshapak Sreni means annihilation ladder. What happens in that ladder? you are removing the karma from 8th stage to 9th stage to 10th stage, and then directly you go to 12th stage. And on this 12th stage is called Kshenmo, means now there is no more near karma at all, period. So Kripaludev was on 11th Gunsthanak, and at that time, his more some of the remaining, some more karma, they were suppressed. Now, they cannot be suppressed no more than Antarmurat, means no more than less than 48 minutes. So ultimately, those karma will come in the fruition. So now that the karma came in existence, so now you start falling down from 11 to 7th to 6th to 5th to 4 to 1, depending on where you really put a break on it. What does Kripaludev say? That because we had one very minor fault of Lagu Shanka, he said. The word Lagu Shanka he uses. Lagu means minimum, Shanka means the confusion. Minor confusion that he had it. Not confusion even. He remained in reflective thoughts about something which was not that important for spirituality. Remember, he remained in reflective thoughts which was not that important for spirituality aspect, and he remained on that thought process for 48 minutes plus, and as a result, he ended up coming to first Gunsthanak. So, Prayojan Bhut and Aprayojan Bhut, whether the universe is more than 3 dimension, what difference does it make to me? So the Kripaludev in this time period, he tells us go through the center of the your object should be very clear what you want, what do you want to achieve. Do you want to become very famous by knowing everything about Karnani Yoga and you can give lots of lectures? No. Important thing is by knowing all the things, I have to come to myself within me. So I cannot answer because I don't have answer with me. I'll try to find it out. At present, I have not come across this more than 3 dimension or anything. But you know, if the matter, I mean, if you want to know it, there are some people that I know. I'll call them and find it out. You know, does it make sense? I'm not giving the right answer, but
it's very crystal clear. I got it. Okay,
all right. Okay. Now, what does the shape of substance? Which substance they keep on changing? The transmigratory soul means people like us. The soul, my soul, keeps on changing shape. My soul right now is a shape of my body. If I die tomorrow and now I become animal life, and that in animal life I become an ant, then my soul will become the ant shape. Or I become elephant, so it will become elephant shape. Or if I become the heavenly angel, then it will have the shape accordingly. But if I'm hellish soul, if I go to the hell, I'll have the hellish soul's shape. So transmigratory soul will keep changing the shape. What about aggregate molecule? Remember, aggregate molecule means one atom merging with 2 atoms, merging with many atoms, and it becomes aggregate molecular glob. That keep on changing. It may be in shape of mountain, or it can be in shape of a small little stone, whatever. So they keep on changing shape. Soul, medium of motion, medium of rest, and space points. Soul, I think this is the same thing that we talked about, you know. Okay, yeah, this is the same thing we talked about right now. So, soul, medium of motion, medium of rest, have innumerable space points. We talked about it. This, I think, is slight revises. Second, medium of motion and medium of rest both are occupied cosmic space. Transmigratory soul having space of the given body due to the spreading and contraction capacity of the space. Okay. My soul has a innumerable space point. So if I go to the ant's body, my space point will be contracting in that way. Or if I become elephant, my space point will expand. So space, my own space points have capacity of contraction and expansion. And that's way, even if I'm Nigod, I can have that teeny tiny microscopic, super microscopic body, and then my soul will occupy also that shape. Or if I'm the huge elephant, it will be occupying that. Liberated soul keeps the shape of the last human body. And that too, if the Tirthankar Bhagwan or Kevali Bhagwan was meditating in a sitting posture, then his soul will keep the shape of the sitting posture. If he was in the last meditative phase in the form of standing posture, like 5 Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim and Arjun and Sahadev, Nakul, they all were doing meditation in the standing posture. First 3 brothers, they went to moksha, then they'll be their space point shape of the soul will be as if they are standing in a posture. So those kind of things that we'll be able to see. Well, I think we have gone too much about the time, so we'll stop over here and we'll continue more. And any questions so far? None? Then we can just stop over here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for today.
Javani ke gyan se suje lokalo, sovani mastak namo sada det hu do. No ban namo kamandra. Jai Jinendra, Mitchain Dikram.
Thank you, Jai Jinendra.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you next time.